Not live.
Hi, folks. Welcome to the Real Estate Investor Show. I am Bill Fairman. Wendy Sweet and Jonathan Davis are standing by. We have a special guest coming up that's going to talk about how to raise private capital. So that and a lot more right after this. We're back. Did you miss me?
Who are you again?
My name's down there in the corner. So again, thanks for joining us on the Real Estate Investor Show. Hard money for real estate investors. I am Bill Fairman. That is Wendy Sweet and Jonathan Davis in the corner. We are Carolina Capital Management, by the way. If you are interested in borrowing money, because we do lend to real estate investors in the Southeast, go to carolinahardmoney.com and click on the Apply Now tab. If you are a passive investor looking for passive returns, click on the Accredited Investor tab. Also, Wendy gives up her time for Wednesday with Wendy. Wow. I swear I feel like I'm in space when that one goes off. By the way, you can catch the link to Wendy's calendar over in the chat. We do have a comment section over there as well. It's going to be on the right-hand side of your screen or the bottom, depending on the platform that you're using. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell.
I love that one. One day I'm going to hit the bell.
You know, we do need to get a little bell that we can ring.
Yeah, so we can be true.
Little sound effects. I also want to get. I want to get a crowd cheering and clapping sound effect.
Well, we'll do that for you.
No.
You're the best.
Do a great job.
Not for me. When we have guests that come on the show and we introduce them, the background will be going, yay.
Well, I thought they'd be happy with just all the money we're paying them to come on.
Yeah, that would be good.
Sorry about that, Jay.
Just so you know, we have Jay Connor coming on, a good friend of ours. He's in Morehead City, North Carolina, and apparently they're having issues there because he's having trouble getting on.
No, he's on now.
It could just be Jay.
No, he's on. I see his face in the shadow.
Listen,
so
Jay plays a mean piano, but he has a hard time with links to get on the show, which is funny because he has his own show on the same platform.
Yeah, that's right. He's the man. He's the man.
We love to make fun of him because he's a great friend.
Fun with him.
That's right. He's an awesome guy. So I missed last week, at least the second part of the show because I was traveling. How did it go?
Well, it was
the
best show we ever had, right?
Yeah.
I was going to let him think it was just terrible and it all fell apart.
In fact, I think we had the highest number of viewers for the first time on there.
Well, we're 13.
That was kind of funny.
Nice.
Sorry, dude.
That's all right.
Yeah, but it was. They were wondering where you were. That's why everyone tuned in.
Everyone was tuned in. Where's Bill? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's going to be the new game. Where in the world is Bill?
Yeah, I love it. That's good. That's really good. So do you have any news that you want to share real quick before we bring Jay up?
Yeah, not really. Other than
not really.
Yeah.
No, I mean, mortgage rates are getting even lower. 10-year Treasury keeps hovering around 1.2, which is what it was last year at this time. So mortgage rates are low. It seems that it's cooling off a little bit in the suburbs for purchasing. I don't know if that has to do with availability or it's people are getting ready to start school again and they don't want to move. Combination of it's just been too hard to find a house, so maybe people are giving up a little bit because inventory is tight.
Too hard to find and too hard to afford it.
Yeah.
Well,
when I read this morning, I thought it was pretty interesting. They were, and it was Redfin, I believe, that put this out. but luxury homes have increased by 26% in value, in pricing value. Isn't that crazy?
26
over the from June of last year.
And that's a national number?
Yeah.
Wow.
A national number. And affordable housing increased 13.8%, something like that.
Affordable housing increased, so it's no longer.
Yeah. It's no longer affordable. I thought that was really, really interesting. And another thing that I was reading on that same platform is they were talking about how COVID might, or the new COVID,
The Delta.
the D variant might or might not affect our mortgage rates and just real estate in general. And it was interesting what they said. They said that the when things start getting shut down and people get worried about the stock market, they tend to start going to things that are more secure.
Yeah.
And so they're investing in mortgage notes, which are going to drive the rates down again, is what they said. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to get, we get Jay on and get his perspective on that as well.
Yeah, that was kind of neat.
Well, just from my own research, looking at properties down here in Florida, I had my little search on Zillow for 230,000 or under. And 2 years ago, and I had it set up for lots as well as manufactured home and regular single family housing. So 2 years ago, when I'm looking at properties under 230 on the water, on saltwater canals, I'd have bunches and bunches of them. Now it's hard for me to find a lot by itself for under 230,000 on the same canals. So the properties down here are just getting bought up like crazy.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what continues on that. They also talked about how it might affect nursing homes and that kind of thing. I thought that was
absolutely
really, we don't know. We just don't know.
Don't know what we don't know.
That's right.
So Wendy, you want to have the honors of introducing Jay?
So Jay Connor is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. He and his wife are just a dynamic duo. I had them on Sunrisers. I don't know, I guess it's been a couple of months. And they got on and sat down by the piano, started singing and playing.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was great. It like went over a whole 30 minutes than it normally does because nobody wanted to leave. We were all so well entertained. And that was the entertainment part. That doesn't even talk about everything. He's so knowledgeable about raising private capital. If you want to raise private capital, you call Jay Connor, find out how to do it. So Jay, thank you so much for being here with us.
Hello, Wendy. Hello, Bill, my lands. It's fantastic to see you all.
And he's really calm.
Oh, my lands. Now, Wendy, you got to remind me, my memory is fantastic, but the older I get, it's just short. So remind me who your partner in crime
Jonathan
is.
Davis.
Jonathan, because Jonathan, I know you and I have met, right?
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
I know you and I had met, but anyway, it's good to see you again. And Bill, my lands, the last time I saw you was in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yes, sir.
At some mastermind. I forget which one it was.
Oh, come on. It was CG.
That was CG. Okay.
And we were all jealous talking about, who was it? Somebody's Cessna.
I don't remember.
By the way, tell Carol Joy we said hi.
Well, look, hang on here a second. Hey, Carol Joy. Bill and Wendy and Jonathan are live in front of God and everybody right now. Here on Facebook and YouTube and StreamYards. Anyway, Bill just said, be sure and tell Carol Joy, he said hello. So I'm saying hello from Bill. And
hey, Bill. Hey, Wendy. Hey,
hey, look. So when Wendy was introducing me a minute ago, she was talking about when you and me were on Sunrisers a couple of months ago, and you and I just
It was awesome.
Here comes Carol Joy. Say hello before they get into this show here. Here's Carol Joy.
Hey,
Yeah, tell them about what inspired you to do after being on Sunrisers.
well, we had been working on a song. Well, let me say it differently. I had been working on words to this song, and then it takes me several months, and then Jay comes along and he writes his music in about 15 minutes. But I couldn't get the chorus to bring this together, verses 1 and 2. So after we heard, I can't remember his name, the one.
There was a gentleman that shared his story that they had lost a child.
They lost a baby.
Yes.
Lost a baby, and
Yes.
he told his story about how he made it through that.
Yeah,
Right.
And that's kind of what our song was about. It's about the first verse is Joseph in the Bible, and the second verse is Jesus in the Bible, talking about how God used these things that we view as bad. He was able to use them for good to save lives in Joseph's world in Egypt, and also through Jesus. So anyway, after I heard that story, the next morning it hit me, and in 15 minutes I had my chorus.
She'd been working on her chorus for months, and she heard that gentleman's story.
That, yeah.
So she finished her song, and then I wrote the music to it. It's called God Meant It for Good. And now we've had 3 different choruses already recorded. We'll have to send you a recording.
Awesome. Well, is the piano in the background there?
Actually, it's all a cappella.
Awesome.
We're at the office right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean here?
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. There's 3 pianos up here on my wall, but not a real one here in the office.
Well, we'll have to get you to sing it before we get off. Okay.
Hey, it's so good to see y'all.
You
Thank
as-
you.
you as well,
Thank
Joy.
you.
Thank you, baby.
Care.
Bye.
See, Bill, that's what happens when you tell somebody to say hello.
Well, I'm in it, so I'm glad I got to see her.
There you go. Well, I know we want to talk about private. I guess you want to talk about private. We'll talk about anything you want to, but I will tell you this, Wendy, something you just said, I can validate to be the truth from my own experience, and that is luxury homes increasing 26% in value in the past 12 months. We bought a house down here at Emerald Isle. By the way, did you make it here over July 4th, Atlantic Beach?
I did, but I ended up cutting it short. And
Well,
coming back home early.
I was looking for you, but anyway.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, we'll get together. But anyway, bought this house down at Emerald Isle. I know you know where that is, on the other end of the beach. Bought it last year. Luxury home, 3-story, not oceanfront, but just one street back. I mean, top floor, and everybody can build in front of you. I bought the house down there on the beach. The after repaired value when I bought it was $740,000 was the after repaired value. By the time I rehabbed it and flipped it, $900,000, 3 full price offers, $160,000 increase in value in 6 months.
Holy cow, that doesn't
6
suck.
months. Now, Beaufort, North Carolina. Of course, here in North Carolina, it's Beaufort. In South Carolina, it's Beaufort, right? But here in Beaufort, across the high-rise bridge, little historical town. I know you all. Well, hey, look, that's where we had lunch at Moonrakers
That's right.
in Beaufort. Well, like just a few blocks from where we had lunch at Moonrakers, there's the historic district of Beaufort, and I bought this little house. Now, check this out. I bought this little house in January this year. It scared me to death. 817 square feet.
Wow.
800. 2 bed, 1 bath, built in 1905.
Oh, wow.
1 block from the historic district, right?
Wow.
1 block. It had the original beadboard ceilings and all this and that. Anyway, we turned it into a beautiful. Here's the story on what you just said on luxury homes. When I bought the house in January of this year, I bought it for $250,000, and the after repaired value was $375,000 when I bought it. So I was only going to have to put like 20 or 25 in it. From January till 2 weeks ago, we finally finished it. The crews are behind. Finally finished it. I got a comp 1 block away, $525,000.
That's insane.
Insane. Unbelievable.
It
Less
really is.
than
You should turn
900
it in.
square feet. Wow.
What, Jay? What do you say to all the people who are like, I've seen this before. I have seen, when a shack in California was going for $1.2 million. Are we going to experience the same thing that we experienced in 2008?
Good question.
What do you say to those people?
I got some real good advice on that question there, Jonathan, because I got took to the cleaners in 2007 on 3 condos in Atlantic Beach. And here's how to not be taken to the cleaners. Okay. So I bought these 3 condos over at the beach. I mean, it was like, y'all know what was going on before 2007 and 8 come along.
Oh, yeah.
And so I bought these condos with the intention of flipping them. By the time I got them rehabbed and got them on the market, prices started coming down. Well, stupid me, I said, oh, I can ride this out. There was no riding this out as far as making a profit on these houses. So I was forced to put them on the rental market, and those 3 houses lost money for years. Now, here's the lesson as to how to avoid that problem. I'm not telling you 3 anything, but hopefully somebody that's listening will take this to heart. Here's my lesson learned the hard way. So in answer to your question, Jonathan, even if your intention is to buy it and flip it based off of current comps, don't buy that baby unless the rental income will cash flow it if you are forced to keep it.
Those are awesome words. That's how we do business. They're words to live by.
I mean, like you just said a few minutes ago, you just don't know what you don't know, and what nobody's got a crystal ball ever. I don't care who you're listening to, nobody knows.
That's right.
Sure. For sure. I mean, who would have guessed this crazy pricing would have taken place during COVID?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And who would have guessed that you could get a mortgage for 2%?
That's free money.
Nobody would guess it. And we can't guess what the market's going to do. So again, I don't care if you're a flipper, you better run the numbers on the rent carrying it. And if another lesson learned, if the market changes, don't pray it's going to turn in 3 months.
That's right.
I mean, God is good, but God ain't stupid.
You're absolutely right. The lesson learned during 2007 and 8 is that values will come back. How long do you have for them to come back? And that's why you have to make sure that they will cash flow, so at least you can earn an income while you're waiting for the values to come back to normal. Right now it's different than before. We have a lot less inventory than we have households. And in 2007 and 8, we had an oversupply. When your Walmart greeter also hands you a real estate broker card, you knew it was a little hot.
Jay, too, I love where you're talking about, who would have thought we could get mortgages in the 2% range. So there are so many things that you are really, really good at. And one of the main things is raising private money. So how does the fact that interest rates as a scale are so low right now, does that affect you in any way in how you're raising private money?
So it depends. So with new private lenders that I raise money from, you see, people talk, right? And so a lot of my private lenders come to me through network and referral. If they come to me by referral, then I'm going to pay them the same thing that I've been paying my other private lenders. I don't want to get into that conversation of, well, hey, you're paying him, 8%. Why are you only offering me 6% kind
Right.
of thing?
Mhm.
But, if I've got a referral, in fact, I just had a recent referral from a student of mine that the people are up in New Jersey, they're head over heels over, for 6% kind of thing. So how do the low interest rates affect me on raising private money? Again, if they're referrals to me from current private lenders, I pay them the same. Otherwise, I'm offering less money now. The other answer that comes to my mind very quickly, how do these rates affect me on raising money? I don't slow down on raising money on private money and establishing relationships with, lenders such as yourself, because here's the deal. Again, we don't know what we don't know. And since we have no idea what tomorrow holds, the most valuable asset that I have are my relationships with people. And so I want to maintain the relationships that I currently have, and I want to continue to establish new relationships when it comes with, other private lenders and so on. So those are the two answers that come to mind. I'm not sure if that's what you were getting at or not, Wendy, but that's what came to mind.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. And I wonder if you will share with us just a couple of nuggets of what people can do to raise private money. We all know that there's, hard money out there. And although we'd love for them to use hard money at every given opportunity, we know that private money is a great way to not only get into this business, but to stay in this business, whether you want to lend money or whether you want to be a borrower. So Can you share with us a couple of tips?
Sure.
Or golden nuggets?
Sure, absolutely. So one popular question I get all the time is, well, Jay, how do you raise all that money? Well, one nugget is mindset. So I don't ask for money. I don't beg. I don't sell. I don't chase. I educate people that I have some kind of relationship with or I'm being introduced to. I'm educating people all the time what private money is and what self-directed IRAs are. Carol Jo and I have got right now about 46 individuals, private lenders, individuals, human beings that are investing in our deals, loaning us money that we move from house to house to house. And so none of those 46 people, zero, had ever even heard of private money. They didn't know what private money was. So we put on our teacher hat and our servant hat. We teach these people what private money is and how it works. We also teach them about how they can use retirement funds to invest with us. So how do you prepare to do that? Well, I can't teach them about retirement funds unless I have got a relationship with a self-directed IRA company. So that when I meet someone that's got that's got retirement funds and would like to get a higher rate of return safely and securely, I can introduce them to my connection at the self-directed IRA company. Over half of mine and Carol Joy's private lenders are investing with us by using their retirement funds. So where do you find these private lenders? Well, there's three primary categories. This is a short show, so I'll go from three. There's three primary. See, my brain works like yours, Wendy. I'm talking, and my brain is thinking of more stuff to say. But anyway, I got three categories of private lenders. Where do you find them? Number one is what I call your warm market. I'll define each one of these quickly. Your warm market. The second place you find them is what I call your expanded warm market. And the third place you find them is the category called existing private lenders, individuals that are already loaning money out to real estate investors. Let me start with pile of money number one, warm market. who's your warm market? Well, your warm market are people that you got some kind of association with. They're in your cell phone. They're on your email list. They're on your Facebook friend list. And I don't mean your fake Facebook friends. I mean people you actually love. I mean, I know y'all look, who in the world is that? Anyway, your real Facebook friends, your LinkedIn connections. And so those people, I've got 5 steps in my recent book that I just released that your Sunrisers learned about. In my recent book, Where to Get the Money Now, I teach in the book the 5 steps how to attract money without asking for it in your warm market. All right. That's one category. Second category are expanded warm market. You know, a lot of times my students will say, well, Jay, my warm market is broke. My people ain't got no money. Number one, I don't believe them, right? I believe they are intimidated to approach people because they still got that hat on of chasing and begging, and they got to fear somebody's going to say no. So anyway, expanded warm market. So I teach people in the book as well. In the book, I teach people in the book how to grow your warm market very fast. I say the more money you wallow in, the more money sticks to you. So go to where the money is. And where is it? It's in your backyard. Mm-hmm. It's your community. It's your Rotary Club. It's your church. It's your Chamber of Commerce. It's your Business Networking International. It's your BizConnect. It's your RIA. It's all your social connections. So what do you do with those people? You educate them on what private money is. How do you do that? The book explains all that. Category number 3 are existing private lenders. Where in the world do you find existing private lenders that are already loaning money out? I'm not talking about institutional money such as Carolina Capital. I'm talking about individuals that are already loaning money out, right? So where do you find them? Couple of different places. First of all, I hired my real estate attorney's paralegal years ago to search local public records for individuals that had deeds of trust, mortgages, loaning money out on single family houses. Here in my little teeny tiny area, we found one in 90 days. One. I said, got to be a better, quicker way. So we paid a lot of money, got some sophisticated software, and we created the private lender data feed that gets every individual closing of an individual that's loaned money on real estate in the nation every month. We update it every month. You can search by zip code in the data feed. Again, the book will give you access to it. But the other existing private lenders are back to the self-directed IRAs. My land. Those self-direct, and COVID has opened up, thank the Lord, the self-directed IRA companies are now having in-person and Zoom still networking events. Well, 70% of those people that's got a self-directed IRA account, their clients that they're loaning money to are real estate investors.
That's right.
So there's back to your expanding your warm market. Go to the self-directed IRA networking events and network. And we don't have time to talk about it in your show right now, but always lead with a give. Lead with a give when you're talking to people. How can you serve them? Don't go to these networking events with gimme, 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 gimme. What value can you bring to people as you go to the networking event?
Jay?
And Jay, that's awesome, incredible information. That's where I was going, Bill. I like that you showed the book, but how can people get in touch with you to learn about your mastermind where you're teaching people how to do this?
Absolutely. The best way is just write to the book. The book will learn about my mastermind group and all that, but the book will get you started, and you can get it at www. And so you pay $20 on Amazon. The book is free when I give you this email or I give you this URL, Conner, JayConner.com/book. That's www.JayConner.com/book. Just cover shipping and delivery for a couple of bucks, but the book is free. I'll autograph it for you and I'll ship it right out to you.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
I've got somebody texting me right now that is working on a fund, and he's saying, he's watching the show, and he's going, "Do you think this will work for me?" And the answer is absolutely.
Yeah. So Bill, I'm glad you brought that up. Whether you are whether you're looking to raise money, I call it one-offs. So all of my private lenders are loaning us money on a deal, and
Sure.
they get a mortgage or deed of trust, securing that loan by that house. But if you're raising money for a fund, same money, you just structure it differently. Same money. Bill,
Exactly.
Bill and Wendy, it's the same money you all have got coming in for Carolina Capital.
The
That's
big
right.
difference
We actually on one-off. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Bill.
We
actually raised 23. We raised $23 million of other people's money and that were in self-directed IRAs before we had the fund. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, the only thing that's different in between being on the deed yourself or being in a fund is that you have no control over the deal when you're in a fund. So you have to really trust that the manager knows what they're doing and has got your best interests at heart. And then at the same time, you may not want to get as involved in some of these deals. So there are people that like to play the game, and it's great to do so. And then at the same time, if you're not an accredited investor, you have to do the individual loan. So there's a place in this lending world for all the parties. And it's just a matter of how you like things structured or not. If you're an engineer type, have to control every aspect of the deal, you're not going to do very well in a fund because you're going to drive yourself crazy and the fund manager. So continue to do the individual loans yourself. Okay, I'm done talking.
Awesome. Bill, okay, you want to wrap it up?
Okay. Jay, thank you so much for joining us. Folks, don't forget to Sharub, do me a favor, put up Jay's URL again to get that book. There you go. And then you need to go to put up the URL for the book itself, jconnor.com/book. We will put that in the comment on the side. There you go.
Chat box. It's
already there. Yeah, it's
There
already
it
in the
is.
chat
Perfect.
box. Yeah.
So, Jay, thank you again so much for joining us. I miss you. Hope to get to see you soon. You and Carol Joy, you're going back out to Scottsdale, perhaps?
he's
September.
muted.
Yeah.
Planning to go to Scottsdale in September.
Awesome. I'll see you then. Temperature should be really nice and mild, only in the low 100s. So
that's right. All right. Well, Bill, it's great to see you, Bill. Great to see you, Wendy. Great to see you, Jonathan. Thank you so much for having me on. We love you guys.
We love you, Jay. Thank you.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us on the Real Estate Investor Show, Hard Money for Real Estate Investors. I am Bill Fairman. That was Wendy Sweet, Jonathan Davis. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. We are Carolina Capital Management. We are lenders in the Southeast for real estate investors. If you're looking for a loan, then go to carolinahardmoney.com. Click on the Apply Now tab. If you are a passive investor looking for passive returns, Jonathan, you're not looking at me.
And really put me back on. I thought
and hit the accredited investor tab. And don't forget about Wednesday with Wendy. She gives up her time every Wednesday. Get on the link. We have a show coming up at 1 o'clock. Hope to see you then. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks so much.